So now we're going to put 2 cups of flour, and I've already measured this out, so I'm going to put it right here, into my food processor. And we want to add to that 2 tablespoons of sugar. So there's 2 tablespoons of sugar. No rolling, no mess. This is all done in the food processor. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then we need butter. So let me get my butter out of the refrigerator because I want to show you a trick about using butter, because the butter should really go in cold. So I put the butter in the freezer, and then I use a cheese grater, and I grate it so it's like this. This is going to make it much easier for the butter to blend in with the flour. You're not going to get that butter warm so it melts, and you're going to have a much flakier crust. So the next time you need to use butter, make sure it's frozen. Take it out of the freezer, get out your cheese grater, and just grate it. Just like that. Simple. So we have a stick of butter. Let me put this over here. And now we can put the top on, and that's all there is to this crust. And we're going to whirl this up. So give it a few pulses just to get that incorporated. And because you've already grated the butter, you really don't have to work this very much. So that's all there is to that. Now we want to put this into a tart pan. So my tart pan is in the refrigerator. It's all buttered, ready to go. And it is a tart pan that has a removable bottom. All buttered, ready to go. You can do this in a 9 or a 10-inch tart pan. So then the next part is really a lot of fun. You just take this mixture that you've done and you dump it right there, right into your pan. All of it. Watch that blade. I told you there was no rolling with this. And then you simply press this in. Just press it into the pan, going all the way up the sides. This was my mother's favorite way to make a tart that looked like you'd spent all day in the kitchen, when really it goes together in about 15 minutes. We're going to line our tart with the apples and with the pears. Now, you could do this ahead of time. You could put the apples into some lemon juice, but then once you put it in the shell, you want to make sure that the apples are fairly dry. So there's our apples. I already have our pears sliced up, and we're ready to go. Easy, right? Okay, so now let me get my shell because it's been in there nice and cold. And we're ready to put on the fruits. So all you do is start lining the pan. You can do this however you would like. You can make alternating layers of pears and apples. You can just dump the whole thing in the pan if you want to, because we're going to have a cream filling that also is going to be part of this tart. And when you go to Italy, of course, when you visit all of the pasticcerie in the different areas, pasticceria means a pastry shop, you'll see all these beautiful fruit tarts in the windows. And there are many, many different types depending on what fruits of the season are at that time. I've seen so many beautiful plum tarts and grape tarts and strawberry tarts and all kinds of mixed fruit tarts. So this is just a suggestion for you. You can use whatever fruit you would like. So there are our apples, and now we want some pears. So I like to make another overlapping layer over that. And when this is baked, of course, you're not going to see these pears and apples, but you're going to have a beautiful custard filling over the top. Now we want to put a sugar topping on this. So we have about 3/4 cup of sugar. Put that in a bowl. And I want to add some cinnamon. So 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, because I love cloves with this, and a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. So then you just mix this all up, get it all well mixed, and all of this goes over the top of this tart. Meanwhile, you want to have your oven on at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. So then you sprinkle it gently all over. Make sure you use up all of that sugar. And you're going to bake this just like this for about 15 minutes. And if you want to take a little extra precaution, you could put this on a bake sheet in case anything spills over in the oven. But trust me, I've made this tart so many times that it always stays together beautifully. Okay, there it is. Gorgeous. And now we want to get that in the oven. Okay, now for the cream part of this. So we have the 2 yolks. Get rid of that. And now we need some cream. I've got my cream in the refrigerator. So you want about a cup of heavy cream for this. Here it is. And we simply take these 2 egg yolks, add them here. Give that a whisk until all of those yolks are pretty much blended into the cream. And we're just going to pour it right over the top, slowly, slowly, slowly.